And welcome back to the Daily Wrap. Well, it's probably safe to say that 2016 Democratic hopeful Bernie Sanders isn't going to win many votes from the super rich. If he had his way, the self-described socialist said he'd bring back marginal tax rates back to where they were during the Eisenhower days.
When you think about 90%, you don't think that's obviously too high?
No. What I think is obscene, and what frightens me is, again, when you have the top 1/10 owning almost as much wealth as the bottom 90. Does anybody think that that is the kind of economy this country should have? We think it's moral.
Now, for those keeping score at home, that's a 90% tax rate. So how far will Mr. Sanders go with that proposal, Ms. Hansen?
He's a man of his word. He believes what he says. He's not just throwing it out there to make political points, and I don't think he's making a lot of political points. I think the majority of Americans would disagree with a 90% tax rate.
Yeah, I'm a dumb guy generally, and I'm just sitting on the couch, and I hear that, and I say, wait a minute, you're going to say I'm going to work, and then I only get to keep 10% of my pay?
Well, that's not exact. I mean, first of all, I'll say, as my friends in the South would say, that dog ain't going to hunt. But that isn't exactly what he's saying. Remember, it's not 90% of your income, it's incremental.
Well, I know. I'm saying the way it's perceived
over
at
a certain
home.
amount of money.
Sure, absolutely.
There was a time for many years that's how it was done in this country. I think once you make the change that we've made, you don't go back.
It was never at 90%.
So,
if Bernie Sanders
Actually, it was very
thinks
close.
people
It
are
was
going to
88.
pay, if anybody thinks that anybody paid 88%
right.
of their income in taxes in the 1950s or at any point in this country, you're a lunatic. Bernie Sanders is crazier than we give him credit for if he believes that that's the truth, and that's saying quite a bit
But
about
that was the rate.
underestimate.
But that was the rate.
That was the rate.
You're
but
right. Nobody paid.
But nobody paid it, and that's exactly what we're dealing with now. This is all flights of fancy. And again, political positioning in order to attract a very untethered to reality demographic on the left wing that is really genuinely attracted to pure socialism, the internationale kind of socialism.
Does it at least put pressure on Hillary Clinton to raise for the top 5%? I mean, at least, does it push her in any way, shape, or form, or does she just say,
Here's the thing.
silly old Bernie?
She's not going there. She's not going to go there.
She can pay all the lip service she wants to, and she probably will. But everybody on Wall Street isn't listening. They don't mind the former senator from New York, who was a committed Wall Street advocate when she was in the Senate, going as far left as she needs to in the primary because they know she's going to be their women. They're women in the White House.
She doesn't have to go that far left. I promise you,
She
Hillary
is.
Clinton is not going to
She
be
is.
arguing.
She is.
You think she's going to go for a 90%?
She's been
incremental
pushed
tax
as
rate?
far to the left. If you get blow
That's
on
not
her
the
to the
question I
left,
asked
she
you.
moves to
Do
the
you
left.
think she's going to support a 90% incremental tax rate? Do you?
But it,
No.
No, but
That's
it
what I'm
will.
saying.
It might change her, though. To Joe's point, it may make her think twice about exactly how she's going to address the issue. I mean, you saw that with Elizabeth Warren, and she,
Yeah.
and to Noah's point, she is moving left. She is far more left than her husband was.
What has she said that makes you think she's gone so far to the left
Amnesty.
you could
She's
blow her over?
repudiated
Amnesty?
every single
Yes.
one of Bill Clinton's achievements, from
What?
welfare reform to the 1994 tax
What did
cut
she
crime
say
bill.
that repudiated welfare reform? What has she even said about it?
She's addressed all of them. She's been every time she's asked about a Bill Clinton achievement.
She's
and
only
and
answered
welfare
11
reform is-
questions.
and welfare reform is among them. But this isn't a question.
No,
this
actually
is
wasn't.
It's her policy.
Yes, this is our policy of addressing the structural poverty issues that were addressed in welfare reform are being exacerbated. For example, what we were talking about last time I was on this panel of addressing what you can buy and what you can't buy
Right.
when you have an EBT card, when you have food stamps.
Right.
That kind of social engineering is now frowned upon.
I'm just wondering where. I mean, I'm happy you've heard her even talk about it because I haven't heard her even mention it so far.
I
Where
haven't
did
heard
she
her defend one Bill Clinton accomplishment.
Well, she may not have defended it, but I can't remember her coming out against his policy on welfare. So I'm not quite sure. Just because she hasn't spoken to it yet doesn't mean she rejects it. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm under the impression that she has also come out against.
Well,
Where?
these,
we know
You
she's
see
not
what's
left on
happening here?
amnesty.
Where?
You see what's happening here? We're all kind of speculating, well,
As
not
to what-
speculating,
what
what she
she
may
thinks.
say because she isn't speaking
But
to
that's my
anybody
point.
still.
She
has
hasn't
on
said
amnesty.
it, so
I
I'm
mean,
not sure where you're coming
she
down
has
the
on
conclusion.
amnesty. She's
Yeah, she
gone
has on
far
amnesty.
left on amnesty, and she
She
has on
has.
criminal justice reform. She's gone
Well,
far.
by the way, so have the
Defense of
Koch
marriage
brothers.
act.
Right,
So
well,
everybody's come
well-
down that way on criminal justice reform.
In a
She's
different
not going to
way.
have a problem there. But I got to tell you, I haven't seen her repudiate She may think that way. I don't know. But if she'd answer some questions, maybe we would know. But she hasn't. I don't know where this policy is coming from.
So you
that
can
she's
imagine
repeating.
that Hillary Clinton, when she's up against the wall, she's faced with a real liberal interviewer, or
you're-
anybody,
but
for
you're
that, any
imagining.
interviewer for that matter.
Imagining's a far cry
No,
from this
I'm
is her
vaguely
policy.
remembering,
Let's
but
walk through
I
it.
can't cite. Vaguely remembering, but I can't cite it. But if you had welfare reform, the 1996 welfare reform bill to do over again, you were faced with the exact same Congress that you're faced with today, and you have to address the welfare reform program. Would you have gone so far as you did? Would you have supported what your husband, the president, did in 1996?
Such an easy answer for her. Say I would absolutely support what my husband did. You know why? Because there's not anybody out there who remembers. You do. But you think the voting public remembers what her husband did?
It would be the first Bill Clinton achievement she's come out and defended aggressively.
What is she rejected? You keep saying that, but you
DOMA.
can't tell me.
1994 crime bill.
That's right,
Amnesty.
DOMA.
Well, we've all rejected DOMA. Life moved on. That doesn't make you a wild leftist. I know a whole lot of conservatives
doesn't.
who've agreed with doing away with DOMA.
I didn't say it did, but it most certainly
you
says
know.
that Bill Clinton's achievements, Bill Clinton's
Does she
presidency,
have,
gotta
does she
go.
have to
Democratic
agree
Party
with,
back.
We gotta
does she have to
go.
agree with Lincoln?
We're going to potluck next. This is the Daily Wrap. Having some fun.